Welcome to the prediction show with Michael Hawes and Phil Bannerman and me, Ian. We're here to predict things. Not very well in my case, to be fair. We are predicting
Coronavirus.
How many games will coronavirus cancel? When will Liverpool be stripped of their title?
Never. Yes.
And Arsenal, West Ham, Liverpool, Bournemouth, and Manchester United, Manchester City. Woohoo!
Good games.
I tell you what, being as there's two of ours, or say two of ours. There's me and Mike have got the same game. Do you want to go first, Phil, with Liverpool, Bournemouth? Not to be confused with Liverpool, Brighton.
Yep.
Liverpool, Bournemouth.
Liverpool, Bournemouth. What can I say? The chains are going to be coming off. Bournemouth, watch out. Say, we've got nothing.
Can you say that about Watford?
Records to worry about. We can smash it. We can play freely once again and not have to play friendly, risky, free balls and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think we're going to totally, again, just come back even stronger and rip them apart. I think Bournemouth have been struggling recently. All saying that, they have got players coming back in the fold. They did score 2 at the weekend against Chelsea and came back into the game. But I don't think they'll have I don't think they'll have anything against the strength of us. I think defence, Lovren's going to be out, and you're going to see a return of Gomez, which makes things so much more solid and less of a worry for all the players around. And we'll dominate. I'm going 3-0 for the mighty Reds.
Fair enough, Mike.
I do think, again, you will dominate. It's going to be a massive bounce back from the abysmal result of the weekend. And yeah, I do think possibly the Bournemouth will go 1-up, and everyone's going to be like, but I still think you'll win 4-1.
4-1, fucking hell. I've gone with Bournemouth are inconsistent. Liverpool will brush them aside, but 2-1. We'll move on to the biggest
Mike,
game.
you looking at the mirror for your scoreline?
The mirror for the scoreline?
Yeah.
What, 14-0?
No, 4-1.
Oh.
1-4.
So, we'll move on to Arsenal, West Ham.
Good boys! We're going to smash you up, mate. No, I'm very much looking forward to this game. Obviously, there's a lot riding on this weekend, considering I'm going to be seeing you on Saturday, and no doubt we'll.
Mate, if you beat me, I'm going to choke you unconscious.
I think, given the Europa League abysmal result that we had against Olympiacos, and the abysmal performance that we had during that game, I think yesterday in the FA Cup, I thought the youngsters gave a really good account of themselves. I also think that now we really, really need to step up the gears and finish as high as we can in the Premier League this year. Obviously, we've seen Spurs dropping points with their injury crises. Manchester United again dropping points against Everton. They were lucky not to have lost against Everton. We just need to push harder. So I'm going to go for an Arsenal win. And I think it's going to be a close game, but I'm going to go 2-1 to Arsenal.
Fair enough. That's a fair bet, I suppose. I'm going with the fact that we may have potentially hit a little bit of form. We brought in some youngster in Nicaragua, I think is how you pronounce his name. Young right back who's an absolute master. What was that?
Oh,
Phil?
Mate, he was great at the weekend.
Every game he's played, he has been brilliant. So I think we'll stick with him. Jared Bowen scored his first goal on his home debut and a start, and he looked mustard, tracking back, making runs quick. You know, we'll get onto it obviously in the podcast a little bit more. Haller put in an effort. If we can muster the same sort of performance then I think we've got a game on our hands. I also think that Arsenal have sort of turned into a bit of the people who draw a lot. There's not a huge amount of wins. There's not a lot of losses. There's not a lot of losses, but there's also not a lot of wins. So in that sense, I'm going for 2-2. Phil, who's changed his allegiances because Liverpool lost at the weekend. What do you think?
And Chelsea have just scored. Damn it!
Woohoo! Lucky you're an Everton fan, isn't it?
2-1 to Arsenal, because they are scoring goals at the moment. They have been improving, apart from their European form, which was terrible, but they're still scoring goals. Aubameyang's probably going to get 1 or 2. In West Ham, as good as you have been, this is going to be a good test to see if you can continue it.
Oh, definitely.
But I do think you'll get a goal. I think there's plenty of room in there for you. And I'm going to go for the 2-1 to the Arsenal.
Right. We'll move on to the Manchester derby,
Yes.
where Manchester United host the noisy neighbours, Manchester City. Although, I think those roles have reversed a little bit in recent years, haven't they?
Yes, downturn of United.
Being as I haven't been first, shall I go first? I'm going to go. I'll go with my score, which is 3-2 to Manchester. I'm not going to say which way round because I can get points either way. No, 3-2 to Manchester City, and I think this is going to be more a battle of who is better defensively than it is going forward. Because both teams going forward can score goals. Martial, Mason Greenwood, Bruno Fernandes seems to have clicked into place really nicely. But then you've got Sterling, Foden, Aguero. You know, it's both sides going forward are scary, but Laporte, I think, is still out injured. So that's a big part of Manchester City's defence. Fernandinho is good, but he's not on the same level. And again, with United, can be a bit lax defensively. And David De Gea, I think, peaked a lot earlier in his career than most people thought. And I think he's on the decline now. So that's why I've gone for Manchester City. Who wants next?
I'll go next because there's not really much else I can say from what you've just said, in all honesty. The thing I think that's going to go in Manchester City's favour is the fact that they're just coming off of the win of the Carabao Cup. I think they are playing this week as well in the FA Cup as well, although I couldn't tell you who it was against. I think, as we discussed previously, with the issues that they now have with the Champions League, or potential problems that they got with the Champions League, I think they're going to go absolutely hammer and tong. One piece of silverware is going to probably push them on. I know Liverpool have already got the league wrapped up. The FA Cup, I think, is one they're going to try and go for as well. And also, I think that they will have too much for Manchester United. Although I do think that their Man United's new signing, is it Bruno Fernandes?
Yep.
Must say he is absolutely mustard from what I've seen.
Yeah.
But I've also gone for Manchester 2, Manchester City 3. No, Man United 2, Manchester City 3. I went for the Manchester one as well, Ian.
Fair enough.
Man United, Man City. What can I say? Man United have been dodgy. They've been getting better, but they're still leaking goals. There's potential for them to score goals. Man City smashing in goals, left, right, and centre. Worked well at the weekend of Aston Villa. I mean, they are playing Sheffield United tomorrow, so that can be a very tough game. So it might take some stuff out of them. But I think there's going to be a few goals, but not as many as you guys have said. You've gone for 5 goals. I'm going for 1-2 to City. Simply because I think they've got the better firepower and they'll dominate the ball.
But say our Twitter handles are above us, so make sure you follow there. Make sure you've pressed like, and more importantly than that, make sure you've pressed subscribe, because there will be a video where you may be able to win things soon. You need to be subscribed to be able to be with a chance to win.